Good morning. This morning, I thought I would offer you a practice of loving kindness. It has been scientifically proven through quantum physics. Check it out. There are several authors that you can go to do some more reading about this. I have a few favorites. I can't think of them off the top of my head right now. It's probably too early in the morning. But if you get in touch with me, if you're interested in learning more. Gary Zukav, he's one of them. He wrote Seed of the Soul, which is one of my all-time favorite spiritual books. Quantum physics says that our emotions and our thoughts have energy, and we emit this energy out into the world, and we can share it with others, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I thought I would teach you this meditation. Maybe you've done it before. It is words that I offer up at the end of all of my classes when I wish that we and all beings everywhere may know peace and be happy and be loved and have abundance, living free from the causes of sorrow and suffering. I'm going to expand that meditation for you today and give you the whole story. But before we do that, let's prepare the body and the mind to come into that deep meditative state. So before we move, let's come to lay on the back. Come all the way down flat. I will have you do that so that you can still hear me. I'm not sure if you would be able to hear me. Excuse me, if I'm flat on my back as well. So be flat and heavy on your back. Come into a little early mini Shavasana. Let the limbs be heavy. Let the back of your body be heavy. From that ridge on the back of your skull all the way down to behind your heels. Rest and take some nice deep breaths. Depending on what time of day you choose to do this class, if you're doing it at the end of the day, this rest may feel so restorative. Or maybe you're doing it first thing in the morning. And if so, it's a really great time for you to tune in and get back to your feeling sense to start your day off on the right foot. Place your hands on your belly with your eyes closed, one hand stacked on top of the other at about the level of your belly button. And I'm going to teach you a square breath. Some of you have done this with me before. It's a really great breath to help you come back to center if you're feeling stressed out and a little bit crazy in your mind. Inhale for a count of 4. Hold your breath for 4. Exhale for a count of 4. And hold your breath out for a count of 4. There's your square, 4 counts. Inhale 4. Hold 4. Exhale 4. And hold 4. Repeat this breathing pattern on your own at your own pace. Letting your breaths solidify your commitment to your practice this morning. A commitment to go within and become an explorer. Just a little mini investigation. How are you doing? Maybe not great, maybe wonderful, maybe somewhere in between. Welcome it all and judge nothing. Bring to mind your own intention, something that you want from this practice, and state it in the affirmative as if you already have it and it's already true. Remember, thoughts have energy. And then bring to mind a heartfelt desire, something that you want more than anything in the world. Shoot for the moon. It might sound something like, I reside in deep peace no matter what is happening in my life. One author, whose name escapes my mind, says to live as if your life is already the way that you want it, and your thoughts and emotions will catch up. He says that it's not good enough to just think good thoughts, but to actually put it into action. Let's do that today. Let's emit loving energy to ourselves, to those we love, to those who we are neutral about, and even to those who we have a challenge with. And of course, all beings everywhere. Take one more big breath in. Exhale it all out. Draw your knees in towards your chest and give yourself a nice hug. You can rock side to side here, massaging out your lower back slightly. Draw your left knee up into your chest as we take a half happy baby. So reach for the outside edge of your foot and let the right leg go long, if that's okay, with the front of your hip and your lower back. If it's not comfortable to hold on to the outside of your foot, you can hold on to the arch, you can hold on to your shin, or you can simply hold on behind your knees. Feel free to use a strap here or a bathrobe tie or a belt if you want to make your arms longer, giving yourself more support. Taking just a few more breaths. Let's bring the sole of that foot down, drawing the right knee into the chest. You can straighten out the left leg if you'd like to. Hold on to the outside edge of that foot and bring your sole of your foot pointed up toward the sky, and your knee is coming deeply down toward the earth. It's deeply bent, out at an angle toward your armpit and shoulder. Find some breath here. Feel free to impart that square breath, that 4-part count, inhaling, holding, exhaling, holding, throughout your practice. And let's take a few more deep breaths here. As you fill your lungs one more time, let the sole of the foot come down toward the floor. Hug your knees into your chest, and let's take a full happy baby. You can hold on to the outsides of your feet and just give yourself a little rock side to side. Place the soles of the feet back down on the floor. Roll over onto your side for a moment. Tuck your knees way up towards your chest. You can use your bottom arm like a pillow or use an actual pillow, whatever is comfortable for you, just for a moment. Stretch your top arm out in front of you with your palm facing the floor, and let's open up into a twist this way. Once you get there, you can stretch what was that bottom arm, the right arm, straight out and bring your arms out to a nice T position. If that is not attainable on the shoulders or the neck, simply bend the elbows and come into cactus arms. Take good care of yourself today. Find some nice breath to settle you into your pose. These times are very yin in nature, very introspective. They can be dark, emotional, quiet. There's lots of time to be with your thoughts, reflecting on your life. Take one more full breath here. Exhale it all out. And with your next inhalation, draw your knees back up to center and let them come over to the other side. Start curled up on your side first. Bring your knees up to your chest and then slowly open into your twist. Maybe you've had people in your life that you have difficulty with, or that you've had difficulty with in the past. Could be a good time to reflect on the dynamics of that relationship. When our hearts are tender and we feel vulnerable and raw, sometimes it can be a good opportunity to go inside and ask yourself what the responsibility is that you brought to that conflict. I'm not saying that the other person is completely off the hook or scot-free, but what do you bring to the conflict? And is there room in your heart for forgiveness? Or letting go? Not saying that you have to call the person and have lunch with them, but what about admitting forgiving thoughts and feelings and energy? A book that I'm currently listening to, or I listened to several times actually, is called Letting Go. That author believes just by emitting those feelings and energy toward that person person can actually feel a shift. One more big breath. Exhale, release. Draw your knees back up towards your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Roll over onto your side and press your way up. If you have blocks, now is a great time to grab them. I should tell you that at the beginning of each yoga class, why not just have a blanket, some blocks, and a tie with you every single time? Maybe some of you do. I forget to tell you at the beginning what you will need. So just take a moment. You can pause this video and go get yourself a couple of blocks. Again, you can use some books if you don't have blocks readily available. Let's come into a heart opener. Take one of your blocks and place it on the middle height. This would be the lowest height and the highest height. We're going for the middle height. Then the other block is going to be on the highest height, about that distance apart. This first block is going to be at the level of your shoulder blades when you lay down. So this might not look that comfortable at first, but trust me, it can be really comfortable. And I will give you an option in case this position is not available in your body this morning. Come down on the first block at the level of your shoulder blades, and then take the other block and rest the back of your head on it. So now you can see I am in this nice supported reclined position here on my blocks. You can stretch your legs out long if you would like to do that, or you can bring the soles of your feet together and come into a reclined butterfly. Let the knees splay wide. Either case is fine. We're going with the back bending chest opener, which is what the intention of this shape is. So bring your arms out to the side with your palms facing up. You can close your eyes here. And imagine the most beautiful pink color swirling around your heart center. Like a cloud, the winds are swirling, varying directions, but it feels supportive and loving. The pink winds are nurturing your own heart first. And then imagine that loving, beautiful, loving energy is now shining out to be shared with others. We have these energetic ties with people, mothers and daughters, husbands and wives, bosses and subordinates, co-workers, customers. And the energy that binds us can be purely from thoughts and feelings. What if that were the case? What if we could with our yoga practice, we could reach the masses? Let's dedicate our practice to that this morning. Sending out healing love, connection, and energy to all beings everywhere. Keep your breath deep and full. Take advantage of the spread open chest and ribs. Let everything drape heavily toward the earth. This is a very passive pose. Nothing should be working right now. As you rest here, continue breathing, filling and emptying your lungs. Taking in nourishment, exhaling and feeding the trees and the plants. And let's take 3 more breaths in together. Slowly begin to bring one knee over toward the other one. And you can just roll right off of your blocks and curl up on your side for a few breaths, pushing your blocks right out of the way. Curl up on your side, use your bottom arm as a pillow, and when you're ready, you can Press your way back up into a comfortable seat, and then eventually coming on to hands and knees. Place your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Keep your knees right where they are as we come into puppy pose. You're going to let the hands start to slide away from you as you bring the torso all the way down. Find the floor with your forehead. If the floor is not accessible, you can use a block underneath your forehead to raise the floor up to you. In any case, once you get there, let the chest and the heart drape heavily down toward the floor. So you have this nice little arch in your back. Find some nice deep breaths there. I am not going to stay in that shape. I injured myself doing one of the most craziest household chores. I will spare you of the details, but I have a pulled pectoralis muscle. So I will let you stay there marinating in this shape, this puppy pose. As you keep resting your forehead on the floor, let the neck muscles relax and keep your breath deep. If having both arms stretched overhead is too much, you can bend one of your elbows, and rest your forehead right on your forearm. Or you can bend both elbows and have your forearms stacked. The point is to just have the arms up overhead so that the chest can sink heavily toward the floor. And if this doesn't work for you, you can let the hips find the heels and just splay out into a child's pose. There's so many different variations. It is more challenging for me as I share yoga with you online because I can't see how you're doing or what you may need. So please harness and embrace your teacher within and take good care of yourselves. Let's just take 3 more breaths here. And the next time you inhale, you can slowly press your way back up to a nice comfortable seat. Okay, so I'll tell you what I did to myself. I have this godforsaken laundry closet that houses my washer and dryer. And there's maybe 4 inches on each side around both the washer and the dryer in this big circle square. And because so many clothes get piled up on top, a lot of things fall on the sides and behind. So in one of my organizing frenzies, I was body surfing on top of the washer and dryer so that I could reach said lost clothing and injured my chest. I don't know what I did to myself, but it will heal. But for now, it is quite tender. So be careful with your domestic chores. They can create a hazard for your physical well-being, maybe your mental well-being too. I don't know. Okay, let's come into cow face and shoelace. Let's start with the right leg bent underneath and the left leg on top. Now you can come into this fullest expression of the legs with the knees stacked on top of each other. If that's not comfortable, just stretch that bottom leg out long. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have them both bent. But if you would like to try it, do that. If you do it and your hip is way up here, stuff something under here. My block is probably a little too high, but imagine that it was the right height, and then I could then come back over so that my torso is aligned over my pelvis. You can use a pillow, a blanket. Sit up nice and tall. Stretch your arms out to a T, and as you bring them across, stack your left arm over your right arm. I said cow face, I meant to say eagle arms. This is eagle arms. So make sure that the elbows are at the height of your shoulders, and now press them away from your face so that you feel a nice stretch in and around the shoulder blades. As you're sitting tall, tip the pelvis forward, and just that little action, you may feel a nice stretch in your hips. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, turn to the right. Keep the hips right where they are. Inhale forward. Exhale right. Inhale forward. 3 nice breaths. Release your arms. Unwind your legs. And let's take that on the other side. This time the left leg is underneath, the right leg is on top. Bottom leg can be bent and curled under or straight out from the hip on the floor. Stretch your arms out to a T. Come across. This time the right arm is on top. Bring your arms into eagle. Of course, I am reaching my palms together. Backs of the hands can be together. You can be holding a strap. Imagine that I have the end in each hand, or you can just bring your arm across your body. Many, many different ways to get into and stretch the shoulders. The shoulders can be a troublesome area because there isn't a lot of bony connection that holds your arm onto your torso. It's all soft tissue. Take a deep breath here. As you exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. 3 more breaths in our shoelace eagle arm combination. Getting fancy this morning here. Exhale, release the arms down. Unwind the legs. And come all the way down onto the floor one more time. And stretch out long. Stretch your arms up overhead. Legs are long, arms are overhead. Take your hands, keeping the entire back body on the floor, and stretch them over to the left, coming into a curve. And then walk your feet over in the same direction. I don't think you can see my body, the full expression of this, but I am shaped like a C, so I am curved this way. Hands and feet are going to the left. This is called banana pose. Take a few nice breaths here. Feeling the right side of your body. Slowly walking your hands and feet back to center before you take that to the other side. So now everything is coming to the right, and I am in a C shape in the opposite direction. I need to drop my arm down. Take some nice deep breaths. As we begin to come back to center, releasing Banana Asana, you're going to meet me in a comfortable seated position. And the reason I'm not guiding you on how to get there is because I want you to do that yourself. I want you to take any and all movements, postures, unfinished business that you need to go from where you are to where I am. Take your time and make your way up in your own way. You will be seated here for a meditation, so make sure that you're comfortable. Maybe prop up against a wall, sit on a pillow to tip your sits bones forward. Drape a blanket over your shoulders. Once you find a comfortable seat, close your eyes and begin to settle in as I walk you through a loving kindness meditation. Wet my whistle here. And let's begin. Gently close the eyes if you feel comfortable doing that, or direct the eyes toward the floor while seated in this comfortable position. Take a few deep breaths and check in to see where you're starting from, physically, emotionally, and mentally. Consider a person in your life who is very easy to care about. This could be a good friend, a partner, a coworker. And imagine them sitting in front of you and looking into your eyes. Bring your awareness to your heart space right in this moment. And with intention, look into this person's eyes, saying, may you be happy. May you be healthy in body and mind. May you be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. And may you be free from fear, any fear that keeps you stuck. Again, breathing in and breathing out, each time reconnecting with your own heart. And now bring an image of yourself to mind. Look into your own eyes as if you're looking in the mirror. And say to yourself, may I be happy. May I be healthy in body and mind. And may I be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. May I be free from fear, the fear that keeps me stuck. Continue breathing, bringing to mind a person in your life who you don't know very well. Perhaps a checkout person at your local supermarket, or somebody that works at your bank, or someone who you may work with who you've never had a conversation with. Connect with your heart once again, just like you did for the person who's close to you, and look in this person's eyes, this neutral person, and repeat, may you be happy. May you be healthy in body and mind. May you be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. And may you be free from fear, the fear that keeps you stuck. Returning your awareness back to your breath and back to your heart. Bring to mind someone in your life who you've had difficulty with. Maybe somebody that frustrates you or irritates you, someone that you may be annoyed with, or someone that you may find it hard to forgive. Sit and look in their eyes with the same intention and heartfulness that you had for the person that it was easy to be with and to love. Say to them, may you be happy. May you be healthy in body and mind. May you be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. And may you be free from fear, the fear that keeps you stuck. And now imagining expanding the sense of heartfulness and intention throughout our entire world. Wrap each person up in it. All countries, all people everywhere. Saying to them, may you be happy. May you be healthy in body and mind. May you be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. May you be free from fear, the fear that keeps you stuck. Breathing in and breathing out. As we end this practice, gently do another mindful check-in. Get a sense of how you're feeling without any judgments. Welcome everything. You can label it. I am happy. I am sad. I am confused. I am tired. Whatever that might be. What emotions are present for you? Is your mind busy or is it calm? Perhaps ending this practice with gratitude for yourself and for all of the people who may have included you as the person to send loving kindness to. With your eyes closed, bring your hands into prayer position at your heart center, Anjali Mudra. And as we prepare to leave this formal practice of yoga, stepping out into the true practice of yoga, our lives, let us leave this practice with full hearts for all beings everywhere, so that we and they may truly know love and peace, being free from any causes of suffering or sorrow. Once again, it has been my sincere pleasure to share this practice with you. I love you all, and I wish you all a blessed day. Namaste.